Hey! What's going on? So I've personally bought and used Leptoconnect. And in this review, I'll be walking you guys through the Leptoconnect scheme that might make you lose money. And basically how you can avoid falling for this scheme. So after I walk you guys through what this scam is and how it works and how you can avoid it, I will then walk you guys through my personal experience with Leptoconnect, my before and after pictures. And the bad things about this weight loss solution, the good things, and lots of other things that you should know. So that you'll be able to make an informed decision on whether or not Leptoconnect is something that you would want to get and ultimately use for yourself. So let's get this review started by walking you guys through what this scam is and how you can avoid it. So this scam I'm talking about works in such a way that there are very smart people out there who know that Leptoconnect is a weight loss solution that is taking the internet by storm and getting very popular by the day. So what these guys have done is that they go out there and create fake websites that look like the real and official Leptoconnect website, promising you that you will get 70 to 80 and 90% discounts if you buy from their websites. But unfortunately what these guys do when you buy from their website is that they take your payment information and use it to make as many withdrawals as possible without even ever sending you any product. Because they're not the official company that owns the Leptoconnect product. So guys, you have to make sure you're staying away from anyone that tells you you're going to get a discount. Because it's most likely that they're not the real and official Leptoconnect website. And also to solve the problem and make everyone that's watching this review video very safe, I put the link to the official website at the Leptoconnect people down in the description of this video. And I'm sure that this is the official website because that's where I bought my own bottles of this supplement from. I put the link there so that when you're done looking at the good and the bad things about the product, my before and after pictures, and lots of other information that I'll give you in this review, you can just click on the link to go and make your payment securely. If you do decide to use Leptoconnect. So, yes. Just make sure you stay away from anyone that's trying to offer you a discount. And be sure you're buying it from the official website link in the description below. And even if you decide that you're going to use Leptoconnect but for some reason, you're not ready to pay for it right after watching this video, you can save the video and come back to it when you're ready to use the link. In that way, you'll make sure you're 100% safe. So now that I've walked you guys through what this scheme I'm talking about is all about, I will now walk you guys through my personal experience with Leptoconnect. And also my before and after pictures so that you will get to decide if this is something you would want to use for yourself. So I, first of all, heard about Leptoconnect while I was reading an article on a website called Health.com. And it was an advert on the sidebar. And I clicked over just because I was checking out Google to see if I could find methods that I could use to lose weight for myself. And at that point, I was about 63 pounds. So I clicked on the advert, went over to the Leptoconnect website, watched the view on their page. And to be sincere, I was interested, but I was still skeptical, and at the moment I went to search for reviews on YouTube here. I watched a few reviews which all talked good about the product. In it for that fact, I decided that I will go and get Leptoconnect for myself just to see how it works out for me. But while I was going back to the Leptoconnect website, I saw some other display ads that promised me an 80 to 90% discount on Leptoconnect. But when I actually clicked over to their website, I noticed it was not the official Leptoconnect website. Because it was not on the same domain name, and I was able to figure that out because you know I'm a tech-savvy person. And that's why I decided to make this review video, just to warn lots of other men and women that will honestly want to be trying out the Leptoconnect product. So to cut the long story short, I immediately left those fake websites when I figured out what they were doing. And I went over to the real and official Leptoconnect website, made a secure payment and started using Leptoconnect. And about the results, I got to still keep everything short. I was really marveled because I lost about 23 in just about 5 to 6 weeks of using Leptoconnect consistently. And also you guys, you know, you can see my before and after pictures that I promise on the screen right now. When you see on the screen was me at 63 pounds. And the one on the other side is me at 40 pounds. So yes, the product works, but you have to make sure you're getting it from the real and official Leptoconnect website. Because if you don't, you will lose your money. And to make sure everyone watching this review does not fall for this fake, guys, I put the link to that description down below. So that when you make your final decision, you'll just click over and make sure you're making a secure payment. So now that I've walked you guys through my personal experience and before and after pictures as I promised, I will now walk you guys through the good and the bad sides that come with Leptoconnect. Because definitely anything that has advantages equally has some disadvantages to it. I'll be walking you guys through those here so that you can weigh out the both of them and decide on whether or not you want to use Leptoconnect. But before I get into that, I'd recommend you give this video a like and a comment. No more scam in the comment section down below, just so that we can get more people searching for real and honest Leptoconnect reviews to watch and also save their money from those guys that I warned you guys about earlier. So guys, I'll start with the good sides of Leptoconnect. And after that, I will then talk about the bad side. So let's go ahead and start with the good sides. The first thing that I would love to mention is something that is good about Leptoconnect is the fact that Leptoconnect is actually approved by the Food and Drug Agency in the United States. The second thing that I would love to mention that something is good about the Leptoconnect is the fact that it didn't require me to drop most of the food that I love to eat. And that is something very rare to find with most weight loss solutions. Because most of them require you to stop 90% of the delicious meals that you take, but for the Leptoconnect the case was very different. Because I was basically able to eat what I wanted to while still using their supplement for my weight loss. The third thing that I will mention that it's good about Leptoconnect is the fact that I did a little bit of research and found out that the ingredients that were inside of Leptoconnect, 18 of them to be precise, had no side effects and were all natural ingredients. And the fourth thing that I would love to mention as something good is the fact that Leptoconnect actually has 100% no questions asked money back guarantee. And the fact that they have this money back guarantee pulse available makes everything risk-free for people like you and me. Because we can just try it and get our money back if it doesn't work. The fifth and final thing that I would love to mention is something that it's good about Leptoconnect is the fact that it actually works for me. I showed you guys the before and after pictures that I put together. And sincerely, this is like the only weight loss solution that has worked for me so far. Now that I've walked you guys through the good things that you need to know about Leptoconnect, I will walk you guys through the bad things so that you can kind of weigh out the both of them and decide on whether or not Leptoconnect is something that you would want to use or not. So the first thing that I'd like to mention is something that you might not like is the fact that there are many fake websites out there that will want to take advantage of people like you and me by giving us discounts, so that we will buy from them and enable them to scam us. But guys, remember I linked their official website down below in this video's description. The second thing that most people might not like about Leptoconnect is the fact that the results vary, and I say this because I've seen some women complain that it took them 8 weeks to start seeing results, and I've still seen some people say that it works very fast and got them results in 4 weeks. But for me, it took about 5 to 6 weeks for me to start seeing visible results. So yes, Leptoconnect works perfectly, but it might take a little bit longer for some individuals and less time for other individuals. So all you have to do is just get it to use it consistently, and see how it works for you. And I think those two things that I mentioned above are the two things I think most people might not like about Leptoconnect. So it is now left for you to weigh out and decide on whether or not you would like to use Leptoconnect or not. But to conclude this review video, I would strongly recommend that anyone that's looking to get Leptoconnect to go ahead and do it. Because it has worked for me personally, and I don't know why it shouldn't work for other people as well. But also remember that if you decided to use Leptoconnect, you should make sure you're making the payment on their official website, which I put a direct link to in the description in this video. It's the first link that you'll see there. Well, with all that said, I still want to remind you guys to leave a like on this video. Drop a comment down below saying no more scams, so that the other people searching for reviews will find this video and save their money. And finally, if at this point of the video you're watching and you still have any questions that relate to Leptoconnect, just feel free to ask me in the comment section below. I will always be around to answer. Thanks for watching guys. Stay home, stay safe, and peace.